Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all new, exciting Beyond the Barricade. We are live. We had a time zone slip up on all of our faults, but hey, it happens. It's show business. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, Riley Knox, how you doing?
Good, how are you? Sorry about that.
Yikes! I totally didn't realize you were in a different time zone.
Yep, I'm in Central Standard Time.
Gotcha. Yeah, one time I had someone from Australia on, and it was like the next day for them. So I was interviewing them Saturday, and it was Sunday for them. I'm like, what?
Right, right.
How are you doing this evening? Hope everything is good.
Good, and now it's going good. Just got out of the gym, so.
Gotcha. I'll be heading out to the gym after our interview. All right, let's start off with how did you fall in love with this wonderful world that we call wrestling?
So, I have like I guess really an odd, but also the same kind of story as everyone else. Fell in love with it as a child, but
Hmm.
except I'm guessing I fell in love with the bigger stage pretty much later in life
Okay.
because from the time I was 2 weeks old, from the, now, um, my father and my grandfather both wrestled.
Oh, okay.
So, like, my love started very young on the independent circuit.
Right.
So I always tell people that I hold such a special place in my heart for independent wrestling because it's what I grew up on. And then later in life, I'm 6, 7, 8. I'm watching WWE with my father and with my grandfather.
All right.
So that pretty much sparked a young love.
Okay. What are some of your favorites growing up?
Oh, Beth Phoenix, Trish Stratus, Lita. I loved Lita so much because she was the one fighting the guys just as China
Right.
really fucking started.
Gotcha. Did you ever get to meet her?
Unfortunately, no, I have not. But life
Anything.
life
Any,
happens.
anything can happen.
Right.
All right. Let's start off with okay. This is what you want to do. You want to be a wrestler. Where did you train? Who trained you, and who were some of your mentors during that process?
So starting out, I started training when I was 13.
Hmm.
21
Oh
now.
wow.
Yeah, started training when I was 13 years old. I went to my mom and dad when I was probably around 10 or 11. And I
Hmm.
was like, this is what I want to do. I want to wrestle. I want to wrestle. And my mom's like, can we do like ballet instead? And I was like, nope, this is what I want to do. And she's like, you know what? Come to me in about a year. I was like, okay, fine. Did the ballet, did the jazz, did the gymnastics, the cheer. And the entire time I was like, nope, I want to wrestle. So 12, went to my mom, same thing. She was like, how about you continue on with all this for a little while?
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, but I'm going to complain.
That's right, because you want to
So
wrestle.
yeah, I wanted to wrestle, and I'm going to my dad to these shows every weekend. I'm setting up, I'm tearing down, I'm picking up locker rooms, I'm flyering, I'm doing all of this from such a young age.
Right.
So 13 rolls around, and I'm like, I'm gonna wrestle. I'm not doing anything else. This is what I'm gonna do. And my dad, love that man. My dad had a school,
Hmm.
so he was like, okay, you can
Oh,
train.
okay.
School comes first, obviously,
Right.
but train, keep your grades up. So started training with my father. Um,
Hmm.
started training with my father when I was 13, and he had trainers alongside of him. Um, Adam Frischman, known as Wicked, Izzy Blackwell, who would later became like my uncle, um, and then trained with them until I was about 16. And then I would travel to companies and I would travel to other schools in
Hmm.
my area just so I could do whatever I can to better myself. And then my dad moved to a school located in East Carondelet, Illinois, that partnered with Cowboy Bob Orton.
Hmm.
So in the middle of me having my shows and training and gym and everything else, I would go and train with them. And my mentors just for very very long was my father.
Right.
And then like I said, Wicked. Adam, his name was Adam Frischman. I had a lot of people around me right now. One of the biggest mentors in my life is named Lenny Mephisto. He's a humongous supporter, a good friend. He's a promoter and the booker for my home federation.
Hmm.
I'm at. I was very lucky to meet my husband out of wrestling, who has trained me and has helped so much along the way. And it's
Hmm.
just very hard to give, like, to list everyone because there are so many people
Right.
who support me in this
So
journey.
contributed. Right.
It's absolutely. So I'm very lucky to say that, like, my trainers were pretty much everyone around me.
That's a lot of juggling going that you were handling at an early age.
Yeah, yeah.
School,
We were,
wrestling, schoolwork.
it was very stressful,
I
and
bet.
it was a crazy and wild ride. Like, I'm very grateful for my childhood. Very grateful that I had such an early opportunity to learn the business.
Hmm.
Um, but it was pretty stressful at a young age. You were juggling, like, I was juggling
Right.
school. I was also working when I was old enough to work. I was serving. I was doing what I could. I was anything that I could do to push me and to pay for the things that I wanted to do in wrestling. I was doing.
Right.
While my
Uh,
friends were going to prom and my friends were going to homecoming dances,
right.
I wasn't going to those because I had a wrestling show on Saturdays.
Right. That's a big commitment
Yes.
and a true passion for the business. So kudos to you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right. They felt you had enough training, and I guess you were at a certain age, right?
Yes.
What was your first match? Who was your opponent, and what was your thought process while you went through that?
So, God, it feels like such a long time ago, but in a sense it was, in a sense it wasn't.
Hmm.
My first match was with a girl who I was also training with, named Samantha Maddox. She unfortunately is no longer wrestling. It was at a company known as RCW.
Hmm.
That was it was as much as I can explain it. It was like a dark match. It was a pre-show. I was so grateful for the opportunity. I didn't know I was going to do it. They were essentially like, "Hey, kid, you got your gear?" And I was always told to bring my gear. So, of
Right.
course, I had my gear. Um, I was, I think I had just turned, I was either about to turn 15 or I had just turned 15 when I
Wow.
had my first match. Yeah. So it was pretty nerve-wracking, and it was
Right.
at a company called RCW in Litchfield, Illinois. Um, it was wild. Like, the nerves and the adrenaline at such a young age. Really, I mean, now it fills me up. Like,
Right.
but I was very lucky. I thought I blinked and it was over, and it was wild. And I'm very grateful that I had that opportunity. And from there on out, I was wrestling every weekend and every week. So,
Okay. Was your dad there for that?
yes, he was actually my manager for that match.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
it was pretty special to have him out there with me.
Absolutely. And after the match, what was it? What did he say to you?
I mean, he's gonna be like any dad. Like, I always say, like, I think my dad's pretty biased.
Uh,
But he told me that I did such a good job, that I made him proud. All of that. I think I about passed out. I was so nervous. It was a crazy time.
I bet it was. All
Yeah.
right. Tell me about your favorite opponent you've had so far.
Ooh. So, favorite opponent so far has been probably Alice Crowley and Thunder Kitty. So, they're two pretty known women in my area. They've both had matches on AEW. So it's been pretty memorable to wrestle both of them. I actually just wrestled Alice Saturday.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's been one of my favorite opponents. She's tough hitting. She gives it to you back. So,
Right.
yes.
Okay. What about favorite gimmick match you've been in?
So I'm always a stickler for some hardcore matches. So I was raised old school, and
Uh-huh.
my dad did hardcore most of my life and most of his matches. So I'm always a stickler for some
Good old
good
fashioned
hardcore
hardcore
matches.
match.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But probably one of my favorites so far I've been in. It's crazy. I also manage now, so I
Mhm.
manage a tag team called The Solution, which consists of Lenny Mephisto and my husband Nick, and they've been in some ladders, some tables, and it's crazy. It's crazy. So
Right, absolutely. Okay. What about gimmick match you would like to be in that you haven't been in so far?
probably a TLC match. I'd like to be in pretty much anything I can.
Nice. No death match though.
No, okay. So I like to say that I would and I would do it,
uh,
but you've got to be like you have to be such, you know, to do that. And it's just, I'm nervous enough as it is all the time.
right.
So, I give props to anyone who can do deathmatch. If you can do deathmatch and get up the next day and go work your 9 to 5, my props are to you.
Yeah, those
I
are,
wish I could do that. One day I'll get there.
yeah, those are some tough matches, man.
Those are, and I've seen them up close and personal, and kudos to anybody who can do that.
Awesome. All right, let's talk about favorite venue you've been in.
Favorite venue would actually probably be it's called Spalding Hall in Alton, Illinois. That is so far one of my favorite venues. We packed 367 Saturday evening,
Oh
and
wow.
they were jam packed starting to the walls, and it's crazy. Just it's mind blowing.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's one of my favorite venues.
Awesome. Let's jump out of wrestling for a moment. What are some of your favorite hobbies you like to do?
I'm a pretty avid book reader. I pretty much own hundreds of books. Going to the gym is an absolute hobby of mine. Um, I'm just lucky that it also helps in wrestling.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, art.
What's your
I'm really into art.
What's your favorite book?
Ooh. Um, so it's such a like. I have so many. Like so, To Kill a Mockingbird is a timeless classic.
Mhm.
Any novel by Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, Catcher in the Rye is one of my favorite. Um, Fantasy novel wise, Harry Potter, all the
Okay.
way.
Big fan of the films?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome. Let's talk about favorite things you like to eat. What does Riley like to snack on when she's chilling out, relaxing, not thinking about wrestling?
Probably, I'm a chicken strip girl. I love some chicken strips. Chicken
Okay.
strips, pot. I like Alfredo. Alfredo's good tacos. I'm. I think Taco Bell is probably my favorite place to eat in the world.
Oh, mine too.
It's great.
Did you have some of the wings they just had?
No, I haven't actually. I heard they're good though.
They're not bad. They're expensive. They were like $8 here for five. I'm like, what?
I'm a dollar menu girl. I like what I like.
That's right. Me too. I like dollar menu too. Let's talk about any favorite TV shows you're into or films.
Mm, TV show wise would probably be Supernatural, Bones, House, Grey's Anatomy for a while. Grey's Anatomy was pretty good. I got a little burnt out on it though. Um,
Me too.
currently, currently watching Young Rock at the moment.
Oh, Young Rock's the best.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
such a
I
good show. I think I'm behind by 2 episodes,
oh
but
yeah, definitely.
it is
But
so great. And see some of the stories from the past.
yeah, no, it really is. I'm if when I'm sitting at home doing homework or I'm just chilling out, we like to watch a lot of the documentaries that are on Peacock
Right.
for WWE. We love watching those. So
What about some of the shows like Dark Side of the Ring or Tales from the
yes,
Territories?
yes, Dark Side of the Ring was phenomenal. I'm excited for the new seasons that are coming up.
That's right. They're working on it now.
Yep, they're doing that now, and I'm
I
excited.
thought I thought Tales from the Territories was really well done.
Oh, absolutely. To understand, because unfortunately, I'm 21, so I can always hear about the stories, but
Right,
it's a different from people who've actually been there, who've wrestled in that era, who've been a part of that history.
right. A lot of history going back.
Yes.
And it's awesome to see them talk about some of this, like the road stories,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
my next question for you, like tell me about a rib you were involved in, or one that was played to you and one that you were involved in. Those are
So
some of my favorite stories.
so I it was about probably when I was really early on into wrestling. It was maybe probably during the first 6 months I was wrestling.
Okay.
I remember it was before a show and I couldn't find my gear bag.
Uh-huh.
I knew I had put it where I put it.
Oh
I
man.
knew where it was. I knew that I put it there. I turned around for 5 seconds and it was gone. And I was like, I know one of y'all took this. I know you did. And I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna need it. My music's going on. It's as I'm spazzing out. I'm crazy. And in person, I'm 4'11". So
Uh-huh.
I'm very short. And these crazy people had put this thing on the top shelf of the venue.
Oh no.
So I was like, you guys better get this down. I'm freaking out. And then luckily, luckily, they worked it out to where my match got moved and they announced it and it ended up working out. But that was the most stressful I have ever been. But
Seems to be a lot of ribs with gear going on.
yeah. But luckily I haven't done anyone to anyone yet. But I've got a few in my mind of who I would do it to.
All
They know
right.
who they
Everybody beware.
literally. She's on a lookout.
Any thoughts of like traveling to other countries to
Absolutely.
learn different styles?
I'm looking into getting my passport now.
Are you
So
really?
yes, I want to wrestle in the UK. I want to wrestle in Australia. I want to wrestle in Japan. I want to wrestle anywhere that I can.
Okay. What about Mexico?
Absolutely. I I have such a appreciation and a love for lucha.
Myself included.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell me about some of your goals for 2023, since the year is just beginning.
It is just beginning, and it's so weird to think about that. Probably my one of the goals I have is to retain back the PWE Women's Champion that was rightfully stolen from me.
Mhm.
To get that back,
Who
well,
stole it from you?
unrightfully. Hmm?
Who stole it from you?
Thunder Kitty. She cheated and she
Yikes.
stole it from me. I'm getting it back. That's 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 what I'm going for now. I'm getting that back. Um,
Hardcore match coming up.
you know what? If someone puts it out, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do anything to get that belt back. Um, to probably to make it on one of the main stages is, I mean, but that's everyone's goal in
That's everyone's,
wrestling. You
yeah.
know,
Right.
if you're not working towards that, what are you working towards?
What about
But
some opponents in the indie scene that you would like to wrestle against?
oh
Doesn't even have to be in your area.
yeah, definitely. Ari Alexander, Billy Starks. I'd love to wrestle. Britt Baker. I'd love to wrestle Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is like one of my number one like models in life.
Uh-huh.
Her, just pretty much anyone, anywhere, any place.
Okay. What's the difference for you being a wrestler and now managing?
So it's quite so so when I'm wrestling and I'm managing and I'm doing both and I love it. I absolutely love it. But I love it. I love supporting the boys that I and the men that I manage for.
Hmm.
They're hard hitting. They're great. They're family. They're my family. But
Right.
it's you still get that itch, even though you just wrestled maybe 20 minutes ago. You have
Uh,
that itch when they're in there that you just want to get in there and wrestle too. So I love it. I love supporting my friends and my family.
awesome. What do you prefer, heel or face?
Ooh, ooh. I think that there's a place for both, obviously.
Obviously, right.
Um, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to say. Right now I'm heel and I'm dominating wherever I go.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter to me what I am, what I do. I'm the top of what I do.
Tell me about, since you brought up heel. What are some of the types of things as a heel character you do to get the crowd to go against you and say stuff to you and like, oh, you suck or blah blah
Oh,
blah.
definitely. You got to know where to get them in the feelings.
Uh
So you got to they give you it back. They give you it right back, but you just got to know where to get them. Obviously, I love beating up all of their favorites, so that gets me pretty hated.
What
So,
about talking about their town that you're in?
oh yeah, definitely that'll get them riled up because they're passionate about their towns.
Absolutely.
Nasty and gross, and you tell them everything.
Or you make fun of like their favorite foods and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I'd be like, you like Taco Bell? I hate Taco Bell.
Have you ever had a fan actually like really get like out of control with it?
Yes, I've had actually a couple occasions that were dealt with fantastically. I've been slapped. I've been hit by fans.
Ooh,
I've been things have been thrown at in the ring. Let's see,
an
an
actual
opponent.
fan actually slapped you?
Yes, like I'm talking full palm slapped.
Oh my god.
It was crazy. I was like, did that just happen?
Oh my god.
And like it was pretty crazy. There was a show that I was wrestling on that a fan got a little too much and was deciding to take some pictures of me and the girl that I was working
Mhm.
decided to take some pretty up close pictures of us. And it was
Wow.
handled. He was kicked out, and I will forever be grateful for the company that I was working for who puts the talent first.
Right.
So safety is the most important thing.
100% agreed.
So, but you know what? I also to get them riled up like that to where they want to hit me and slap me, it gives you some sort of credit there.
Right, right. That, hey,
Yeah,
you're getting it done. Like you are the
yeah,
heel.
yeah. It gives you a
Drug.
sense of accomplishment, definitely.
Serena said, "What? OMG, that is nuts."
Yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy to me. It was crazy to me.
I don't know how I would handle that being slapped by someone.
You're in
I'm
such a
not a part of the
position.
program.
Yeah, you're in such a position that you can't really react.
Right,
You just have to you I mean you can react, but you have to react with what's in what you're doing.
right.
You
I,
can't.
I'm surprised that everybody else didn't go and jump him.
No, me too, but I'm lucky. I'm very lucky that the people I work with also know that I can handle myself. I can take care of things just fine on my own.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, thank you, Riley, for coming on the show.
thank you.
I appreciate you coming on. I know you had a
Absolutely.
little time slip thing,
Yeah, yeah, but that's understandable.
and I know you just got out the gym. I know when I get out the gym, I'm like, yo, I want to just get home and relax. But
Oh, no, I'm all as well.
plug away some of your upcoming appearances and your social media.
So you can find me on all social medias at Riley Knox. It's RiLeykNocks. That's on Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, Facebook, um, YouTube as well. You
Mhm.
can find me
Some of your
at
matches on YouTube.
yes, pretty much a lot of my matches are on YouTube, and you can find a lot of my matches at PWE Epic on YouTube as well.
Okay.
Um, You can find me at any PWE event near you, especially in Illinois. I'm trying to think of my next appearances. I know right now that is in my schedule is PWE at the moment, and our next show is March 4th in
Right.
Alton, Illinois, and that is at the. I'm trying to think of where it is. I know where it's at. Can't think of it right now, but it is on my
It's on your
social
radar.
medias.
Make sure
So
you share that with us at Beyond the Barricade and myself,
absolutely,
so we can share and follow and retweet and all that stuff.
absolutely.
All right. As for me, we're rolling on with Psycho Month because Psycho Circus from NYWC is coming, and our first guest from NYWC will be none other than the Fusion champion Joey Conway. He'll be here on Wednesday at 8. Also, I will be appearing at Victory Pro Wrestling this February 11th. Make sure you go to victoryprowrestling.com to get your tickets and or to sponsor a wrestler. Sponsorship is very important. Right, Riley?
Absolutely, it is. Can't do without it.
Absolutely. I will be there filming my vlog interaction, which is the 23-6 YouTube Heavyweight Championship. The most coveted title in all of YouTube, Riley. What do you think of that belt?
That is beautiful.
Handcrafted from an Australian.
Wow.
Right now we have our own champion, the Solution.
Yes.
Will he be able to hold on to that championship? We'll find
Well,
out at the season premiere of the next vlog interaction, which will be filmed this Saturday, as well as I will have from VPW as well. Jay Messias will be here on Thursday night, where we're going to be giving away 2 tickets for Saturday's show with our trivia question. Whoever guesses the trivia question will win 2 tickets. They just have to show up at the door, say their name, and they're in. So thank you to VPW for sponsoring those tickets. We appreciate that. As for me, I got a lot of stuff going on, Riley.
right. You're a busy man, busy man.
I'm a busy guy. I'm going to be at the big event Saturday, March 11th, right here in Queens, New York. Also featuring the American Dream. Well, the American Nightmare, really. Cody Rhodes, Charlotte Flair, the Queen, and of course, the Rated R Superstar Edge will be there, as well as AEW talent such as Sammy Guevara, Ty Mello, the Acclaimed, because everybody loves the Acclaimed, right?
Everybody loves the Acclaimed.
Everybody loves the Acclaimed. As well as other guests will be there at that. That's not all right. I got one more plug.
One more.
I will be at Icons of Wrestling, the Spring Fling in Philadelphia with Robbie Rebel. Wrestler Robbie Rebel is coming to join me at my table for Icons, with a lot of guests coming, including FTR. FTR will be there that night, as well as many other wrestlers, including Jerry the King Lawler, who I'm excited to meet.
Absolutely.
Personal favorite. All right, Riley, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you coming on. And as for everybody else, stay tuned for the next episode. Have a good night.
Absolutely. Bye.